Hi, and welcome to another episode of Sound Off with System One, where today we will be talking about courses, certifications, and seminars, and how they pay off in your career growth. I'm Karen Callahan. I'm the Content and Communications Manager for System One. And System One is a leading provider of specialized, highly technical outsourced services and workforce solutions to critical infrastructure, technology, life sciences, and government sectors. Founded more than 40 years ago, today System One operates in over 50 locations in the US, Canada, and the UK. As you're joining us, please go ahead and drop in the comments section where you're joining from and what industry you are in. While we're doing introductions, I would like to make a shout out to our Director of Marketing, Rich, who is working on the back end to make sure that this episode runs smoothly. And he is also doing the comments section in LinkedIn and YouTube. So again, go ahead and drop where you're joining from, what industry you're in, and any questions you might have, as well as connect with all of us because our contact information is being dropped there as well. So please, we love it when you connect with us on LinkedIn. So as I said before, we have our Director of Marketing in the background working on the back end and the comments section. I am Karen. I have been with System One in the marketing department for 1 year. I like to start our introductions with fun facts about ourselves. So my fun fact for this week is just more of a proud mama moment. My son just started Florida Southern College this semester, and he actually got in on an e-gaming scholarship. So he is an e-gaming athlete, which is really funny because for years I've been scolding him saying you need to put down the video, start working on your homework because you'll never get into college. And sure enough, he got a hefty scholarship for Florida Southern. But what I really wanted to talk about was the first time I ever saw him on TV. Well, not on TV. I watched it on my TV through Twitch and apps. So I saw Florida Southern play against Full Sail University. My kid is a big deal. Who knew? His name is Lucas, but his avatar or his gaming name is Prince XD. So what I would like to share with you guys today is when I was watching, it was almost like watching ESPN El Ocho because the commentators were hilarious. So I just wanted to read the shout outs that they gave my son. Again, the game he plays is League of Legends. So I don't know who knows about League of Legends, but anyway, the gaming community.
Us nerds.
It is, listen, proud mama moment. If I have to be proud of something, he doesn't make the best grades. But here we go. Prince likes to be aggressive. Prince is closing into the save. Prince is loving life right now. This is one of my favorite quotes. Prince is one-on-one. That's a lot of damage. It sounded like that flex tape guy. So not sure why Prince is staying in for a fight. Another kill for Prince. Prince went in with the win. So those were my favorite quotes. But it was just so funny. You hear the announcers and it's like you're watching football or baseball, but it's like, no, it's my kid going. So anyway, my fun fact, I'm going to throw over the introduction to my dear friend, Christina. It's your turn.
Hi, everyone. I have, for the past 6 years, I've been a recruiter with System One. I'm based out of the Edison, New Jersey office. I currently specialize in recruiting for engineering roles. My fun fact for today is actually during the COVID pandemic quarantine period, I earned a additional certification in life and career coaching. So
nice. So applicable to our topic.
That is so you. That is so you. I love it.
Thank you. And the hot job that I wanted to discuss today is a civil engineer position not far from our Toms River, New Jersey area. The must-haves for this role is a bachelor's degree in civil engineering and experience in land development, site design, and also planning board meetings. This role can be on-site or hybrid. Those are the two options that the company has right now for that.
Excellent. That's a great opportunity. Christina's job ID, you can see it down below. You can always go to jobs.system1.com to plug in that job ID if you're interested. Go ahead and connect. And it's also in the comments section. Go ahead and connect with Christina because if this is not the job for you, she might have the job for you. So thank you again. All right, we'll throw it to you, Lauren.
Well, we've got two Laurens today. We're very lucky. Lauren number one.
You knew what I was talking about.
I'm Lauren Spano, and I have been on the nuclear recruiting team with my coworker Lauren Huber for about just over a year now. Was when I joined, and so I have a fun fact about my husband and I just bought a camper for fall camping season.
Jealous.
So, I had to, redo some cushion covers and all of that, but we are really excited to get it out there.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So I actually have a role that I wanted to shout out. It's the electrical maintenance technician position that I have available in the greater Pittsburgh area. Looking for guys at either a trainee level, looking for all people at either a trainee level or a journeyman level, to be able to support a really high tech, highly automated, highly robotic metals mill. So really great opportunity. And I would love to get the chance to chat with anybody who has experience in the electrical field.
Excellent. That's another excellent opportunity. The contact information again is being dropped in the comment section. That job ID, you can just go to jobs.system1.com and find Lauren's position. And a quick shout out, I believe there's a Deborah and Brian. Thank you for joining us on our broadcast. And Lauren Huber, it's your turn.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lauren. As Lauren Spano said, we work on the nuclear recruiting team. We are led by the amazing Kathy Williams, who has just been an awesome resource. So I've been with the team for about 5 years. A fun fact about me, although it's not applicable to my current job throughout COVID, I picked up some fitness certifications and teach group fitness on the side. That's how I start my morning. Yeah, that's how I start my Thursday through Friday. It's at 5:30 a.m. Pumping up people, motivating them, getting them ready to start the day and conquer it. My hot job that I have is a digital I&C engineer. It's located at a commercial operating plant located in the greater New Orleans area. For this position, this person supports digital design modifications and configuration management. We have individuals of multiple backgrounds, but really highly desired nuclear individuals. Bachelor degree within electrical engineering or a comparable degree is required for the position. Awesome benefits, awesome relocation package, awesome 401k contribution. It's just a killer organization to work with.
Awesome. That is another great opportunity. And once again, all the opportunities, they're being dropped in the comment section. Job IDs are down below. Join us or go ahead and log into our career portal, jobs.system1.com, and you can find these positions and more. And as always, please connect with our panel. Shout out to Anna and Mardochi. Thank you for joining our broadcast. So as technology advances and the workplace continues to evolve, it's important for us as professionals to continue to evolve as well. And to do that, we need training and development. So one of the best ways to enhance these knowledge and skills, again, is through such training. So our expert panel is here to talk more about why it's important and what platforms you can use. So we'll start the conversation off with Christina.
So I would like to start by saying, we continue to, better ourselves in every other area in our lives. I was giving some examples earlier. We maintain our cars by getting it serviced. We go to a doctor, we go to the gym, we, maintain our lives in so many different other areas, making financial investments. And one of the other things is, what about taking care of ourselves professionally and personally through different, skill development and additional continued education. So really investing in yourself. There's so many great benefits that you can find along the way as you are taking different courses or gaining different certifications. Through getting certifications, you're demonstrating your level of knowledge in a specific, area of your career or industry. So it's just, it opens up doors. It allows you to, have career advancement. So there are some industries where you cannot advance in your career unless you do have those certifications. So it is important to kind of take a look at that as well. Lauren, were you going to say something else about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. Like you said, we put our efforts and invest in ourselves. And that's so important, in all aspects of our lives. So why wouldn't we do that for our careers? I was looking into kind of, companies that invest in employee training. There was a blog post on the Project Management Academy website, which for our engineering folks, that's where everybody goes to get their PMP or their project management professional certification. They said that a company called Accenture did a report that said for every $1 that a company invests in training, they get a return of $4.53 on that investment. So if that's the investment corporate level, the investment personally is going to be tenfold. So, definitely like invest in yourself. It definitely shows initiative for hiring managers. It shows initiative for your current employer. And you don't have to be an extrovert, or you don't have to be a go-getter type personality to do these things. If you are an introvert, where do you get your news? Make sure you're up to date on your industry. Make sure you're following people that are going to give you those really critical details and groundbreaking updates that you can share with your team, via email. Send them articles you find interesting. If you watch the Today Show and you see a cool personal development book, get the book, read it, if you're a reader. And also, those certifications really do show that you have a trajectory path for your own career, and you're going to get there whether your current employer invests in you that way or not. That's what it shows. And so that makes you really, really marketable to, interview for these jobs that are looking for people to grow in their career. So, if we have, an engineering management position, they might want to get a current engineer who is ready to take that next step in their career. And getting, things like the PMP, or taking, the EIT exam, or the FE, all of those things really just elevate you as a candidate and as an employee, not only, corporately, but also personally. And it really just shows that you are going places and the company needs to keep up, right?
That part. No, I love that. I love that. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Lauren Huber, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Christina and Lauren, you've touched on some really great ideas, topics, and such, and in interacting with a lot of individuals within the nuclear sector, it's very government regulated, and it's really important to stay on top of what is going on in the news for your own personal information, so you're well informed, as well as sharing it with your team members and everybody that has their hand in the pot of making sure everybody's successful from that perspective. One thing that I've found that's been very beneficial for myself, when there's, maybe if I see something that could be beneficial from a learning perspective, or courses and certification, I've had the opportunity to bring it to my boss and say, hey, this is something really cool. Like, maybe we can do this as a webinar together as a team, or, being able to have that transparency within the team and that type of setting has just been really impactful for our nuclear division. And, I agree with what the girl said, said. It really makes you more marketable for your current position. It really shows hiring managers, not only from an organizational perspective, but it shows that you really care about the job and the position and the potential growth that you're essentially wanting to do. I think that it shows dedication. It shows the non-complacent factor.
Yes.
So I really think it's beneficial when you have these types of certifications and have the access to them.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't agree more. The fact that I feel whether you're really happy in your job and you're just looking for growth in your position, or if you're looking for a new job, or if you're looking for a new career growth and a hiring manager is talking to you, either way, what it shows is you're willing to invest in yourself. You're willing to put in that extra work in yourself. And it just shows a personality. It's almost like a soft skill, right? It just shows that personality type that's willing to go the extra mile for yourself, which means you're going to go the extra mile for the people you work with, because it's a reflection on you. Like the teamwork is a reflection on you. So I really like that tie-in that the three of you kind of had there. Christina, do you have any recommendations for platforms that you can use to find places to advance your training and development?
Absolutely. One of the things that I had found, the New Jersey Department of Labor and Workforce Development launched last year what's called Skill Up New Jersey. And basically it is a free virtual e-learning. It essentially helps job seekers with skill development and also training for different certifications. So if you go to your state's like .gov website, I'm sure that there are, all sorts of resources that you could grab at for these, a lot of them are free. Some of them do have a cost, but there's a lot of resources out there. I know universities have a lot of different training courses as well, LinkedIn Learning. And I also found Google Digital Garage that has different courses as well. And again, some of them are free. So if you aren't looking to spend a lot of money, but you do want to brush up on a lot of skills on skills, there's a lot of resources, out there. And this doesn't need to necessarily even be something that you are going to be using right now. It's, it could be something that you could put in your back pocket, and when the time comes, you have a different situation. Maybe you're not ready right now for a shift in your career or any sort of movement, but you can start planning for that by brushing up on those skills and strengthening all of your skills and getting set. This way, when the time comes, you have that and you're all ready.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback off of that, take advantage of the trainings provided, or the things that your company provides to you. If they're doing some kind of skills assessment or anything like that, soak that in, learn from it, and leverage that to your advantage. That's if they provide personal training or courses or certifications or seminars, sometimes it does stay with the company, but either way, you're taking that knowledge with you when you go, right? So, one thing that I am just a cheerleader for is the Clifton's Strengths Finders assessment. It's a skills assessment that I received from a former employer. And it was just like rocked my world because it's not like a number enneagram or an acronym. It's like actual adjectives and words that you can utilize to describe your skill set. And it's unbiased, right? Like I didn't come up with these words, this test did. Mm-hmm. And so I can add those into my resume to really give a better, well-rounded picture and accurately communicate my skills. That was just a really awesome thing. And then, when you purchase that book, it explains what each skill means, how you work best, and also like what other skills, you partner well with. So like, say I have one skill and Lauren Huber has another skill, those might not be the same thing. And that's okay, but our skills might partner really well together to move us forward. So, having that, just that knowledge of like, hey, I'm I know this about myself. I've gotten this word. I've learned what it means. I've learned how it affects my work performance. And so, how can I use that to my advantage? Like, it also does a good job of telling you like where you fall short sometimes with your certain skills. So, make sure to, when you're learning about those things, make sure you recognize where you fall short sometimes. And I think it's important to show that to your, if you're going in for an interview, right? Everybody wants to say, yes, I know how to do everything. But I think, having that really good understanding and self-awareness of where you might fall short shows that, hey, like, I'm aware of this and I'm actively working to get better in this area. Like, I know what I need to partner with to be more successful here, and I'm looking to grow. And I think those types of honest, genuine responses, I think that they resonate better with hiring managers than if you're like, nope, I work well with everybody. I have a great personality. I'm never going to have any issues, right? So I think those things are just really important. If your company is offering some kind of survey or seminar or even webinars, they come up all the time, and there's so many free ones. Use those to your advantage. And, also let's lift each other up, share those resources that you find with your colleagues, with your teammates. That's one thing that I really respect and love about my team, is that we're constantly shooting stuff back and forth to one another to help us grow and stay up to date and top of mind on all of the changes, in the nuclear industry specifically. So make sure that you're following, those industry professionals, if they impact your industry, that really helps you stay up to date and, relevant within your industry.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with both Christina and Lauren on your input for this. We were talking offline earlier, and Christina was telling us about, how important it's been to her to have those WebEx accessibility. And even though it's not a skill of something that she may need tomorrow or in a week, it's something that she can put in her back pocket to eventually utilize and be successful within her workforce. But again, also, Lauren, you touched on some really I think key things when it comes to the self-awareness, having that transparency and that vulnerability to recognize that, some of these seminars, certifications, some of these, tests that we do really recognize where we are with things. And, within our sector, we support nuclear. So there's so many nuclear platforms that individuals can, utilize and access from an e-learning perspective, which is really great. A lot of them are free. I think it's International Atomic Energy Agency that has some really great ones. Christina, she touched on LinkedIn, great resource. Indeed, even if you go on Indeed and you pop in the subject, free online certifications, immediately 15 of them come up for free. So, really utilize those platforms to your advantage and see, maybe there's something that you just didn't think was an interest for you and you're like, wow, and really provide some valuable educational resources in order for you to be successful from that aspect.
Absolutely. I love this discussion. You guys came forth like for real with a lot of good information. And I see Allie Hayes is online right now too. She's a big proponent for LinkedIn Learning. So hi, Allie. Thank you for joining in on in the comments section. This was a great discussion. I expect all three of you on a future Sound Off because y'all did great. Love you guys. Next week, we're going to change it up a little bit. See us again every Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Next week, I'll be interviewing some of our leaders in the renewable energy sector because System One's got this great thing. It's our Renewable Energy Training Center. So see us then. And till then, we're out.